This is John Porai. I'm coming to you from Tokyo, Japan, and this article here is from We Got It Covered, so as always, take it with a grain of salt when they put something out, but I found it interesting, and it's called Jason Momoa and Amber Heard reportedly pushing for more Snyderverse. Now, as you guys know, Amber Heard was invited back to the Snyderverse, and she actually did a terrible job, and We Got It Covered says something I really don't like so much about Amber and how she feels. I'll get into that. But first, let me just say this. Obviously, the huge elephant in the room here for everybody is how does Jason Momoa feel about Amber Heard? Unfortunately, I don't have a definitive answer, and I'm really hoping for one at some time. I've seen some clickbait videos out there that said, he doesn't like her, he can't get along with her, things like that. But I haven't seen any definitive proof or any statement from him directly in an interview or a quote from an article. So I gotta think, probably, this is my personal opinion, my personal speculation. He doesn't like her so much, but he's not gonna say so because he can't have bad air in the workplace, and that makes sense. And obviously, if some of the producers, well, not obviously, but what I'm trying to say is obviously some of the producers like her, so he probably doesn't want to go against the grain against them liking her, because those are like his bosses. Anyway, let's see what they got. Jason Momoa was a huge proponent of the Snyder Cut from the very beginning, revealing that he was one of the first people to see Zack Snyder's 4-hour version of Justice League long before HBO Max handed the filmmaker a wad of cash to turn the long-held dream into a reality. Amber Heard was also one of the lucky few invited back to shoot additional scenes, and while her attempt at an English accent was awful, putting it lightly, she clearly enjoyed the experience. Now what I gotta say is, who gives a flying F-U-C-K whether Amber enjoyed the experience? What the F-U-C-K does that have to do with her being involved in this thing, bringing her back, or whether she should come back or not? It has nothing to do with it. Of course she probably enjoyed the experience. I don't know, I just found that a stupid thing to say. It just so happens that the two aforementioned stars are back together on Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, and it sounds as though they could be having a word in the ear of everyone that'll listen. According to our sources, the same ones who told us Ben Affleck would be back as Batman in The Flash long before it was confirmed that DCEU's Arthur Curry and Mera have reportedly been pushing for the studio to reconsider their stance on the Snyderverse, with plenty of Warner Bros. And DC film executives dropping by the set of James Wan's sequel at various points. Obviously, that doesn't mean anybody's obligated to pay attention, never mind listen, but there's no harm in asking around. Based on what top-level boardroom members have been saying in the aftermath of the new and much improved Justice League, though, not even Aquaman should hold his breath when it comes to expecting results on this one. And if the sources they mean are that guy Richmond and Mikey Sutton, who have taken guesses at things that anybody could have guessed at, kind of like Ben Affleck being Batman is like kind of a common sense guess. I mean, he was Batman, he was successful as Batman, he's a huge actor, he brings in money. It's like at least a 50-50 chance that Ben Affleck's coming back as Batman. Even if you're like me and you don't know much about the DC universe, it's just pretty much not that difficult to predict. So if they say this shit, then, I don't know, probably there's no foundation to it. However, they said their sources. To be fair, it wasn't them. I'm saying if it was them. And also, they kind of put this article together like, Momoa and Amber kind of working together. They might want to give that image off. So one thing I do on this channel, of course, is cover these articles and the rumor or the court documents, but I like to also, more importantly, figure out where the website is on who they support. And this is just positive for Amber. It's not outright, she's awesome, she's great kind of thing, but there's little subtle things in this article that kind of make it seem like she's alright. Like she enjoyed the part, and she's pushing with Momoa to get the Snyderverse, like she's some legitimate actress who's in the business doing these great things when she's just pretty much supported by simps all around and supported by identity politics, and that's who she is, which is pretty much a villain. She's actually the villain. Okay, anyway, this was supposed to be about Jason Momoa also, but obviously I got off on a little rant about you-know-who. That's what happens here once in a while. You guys, of course, let me know what you think down below, doing shout-outs, special thanks, things like that. If you don't subscribe, well, I guess I'll be sad, but I'll get over it. See you next time.